Hello everyone! Well, if you missed it, Ankama did their Temporis VII event reveal live stream just, well, a little bit ago for me, but it's probably been a few hours. But something that was really cool is Manaia hooked up with Ladymisai and they did a live stream with the live stream where Manaia actually tried to translate what was being talked about on the French side. Basically, we got a whole lot more English content about what was being spoken. So huge shout out to both of them. Thank you both for doing that. That was fantastic. Now, because it was kind of being translated live, there were lots of moments where there were kind of long pauses where she was listening. I've done my best to try to snip out those sections or most of those sections. So if it seems a little jumpy at points, it's because I've eliminated a spot where there maybe wasn't anything being said. Now, the slides on the live stream are still in French, but you will be able to see the cosmetics. You'll be able to see the pictures of things that are coming, the pets mounts, even some emotes, all that fun stuff that's going to be included. You'll get to see that. Now, I will be working on a complete English version of Osotopia and all the details about it. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you're alerted as soon as it goes live. In that, I hope to include the English slides as well as any extra information I've managed to gather. So if you have any questions that you would like me to try to answer in that video, leave it in the comments of this one and I will try to track down an answer for you for that video. Now, the last point I will bring out is pre-registration is open and I highly recommend that you do it. Now, there are several English content creators and streamers that are already pre-registered on the server SAB, which I believe is the server name, or 5. I'm not sure which is displayed, but I think they said that the names are being displayed and it's SAB, S-A-B. So if you want to hook up with a lot of us, you'll probably want to hook up on that server, assuming it's not already full. All right, if you could just smack that like button for me, I'd appreciate it, and enjoy the live stream.
And I can hear the French slide. So bear with us, it's a test. We're currently doing this in English. We're also going to do it for the Spanish community and for the Portuguese Brazilian community with the other CMs and other content creators. So are you guys ready for the adventure?
Oh my god, it's starting.
These new class mechanics are very simple and they're required right at level 1. Okay, so when you start, you already have them. So we're talking about passive skills, okay? They're like 3-4 spells, and each class has their own. And it's a bit like, I don't know if you guys remember the Scroll Sayers Temporis, where you have a passive spell and then a few active spells depending on the class you choose. Here, your character will only have passive spells. Affect the lore of each class. So a Kra will do different things than an Enrixa, or different things from a rogue. Do you know what I mean? Yes, no, maybe.
Yeah, I think there's like just in shock.
Okay, so we're going to give a few examples. We're going to give 2 examples of classes. So the first one that you might be able to see on the screen is for the Foggernaut. Okay, so what he's explaining right now is, for example, with the Foggernaut, you have a kind of an evolution spell like you do on your turrets. And this is not necessarily the evolution of the monster itself. That will explain a bit later. It's more evolving its power in the fight. Okay? Yeah, so can you guys see the GIF animations well?
I can see them well.
Okay, just so you know, all this will be translated as we do with every big Ankama live stream. There will be a summary that we will publish on the forum. Hopefully, if all goes well, it should be published on Friday. Okay? So all these little details will be translated and published, okay?
So just letting you guys know that if you have any questions, please post them. Then my mods will let me know if there's some relevant questions.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not looking at Misai's stream.
Yeah.
So I can't really see the chat.
So yeah, Manaia is paying attention to the French stream so she can deliver information properly. Not that she's interpreting what they're saying, but she's explaining things just for us, not necessarily interpreting, translating, okay? But the information is still accurate, it's the same information.
Yeah, I have many gifts, but the live interpret kind of skill set is not one that I have yet, I'm afraid. But anyway, let's go back to the classes. The next one they're showing right now is the OSA. So here you have 4 different little spells. Now, we know that in past Temporis editions, the OSA wasn't necessarily the most attractive class to play. So considering it's under the watchful eye of the Osamoda god, we had to be a little bit more give a little bit more of TLC to the class.
I think they chose to show like Fogger and Osamoda because they'll summon things. Like, I feel like that's like the vibe they want to go with. Like, let's show these 2 classes that summon so that you can get an idea of what you've got to do. Like, you summon, you give spells to your monsters, and watch them do the job.
And also, Jane's favorite class is Osmosis as well. I said nothing. I said nothing. You didn't hear from me.
We're getting all of the important information.
Yeah, at the moment they're kind of explaining the different spells, but more like as examples. But again, this will all be translated and shared.
Yes, don't worry, guys. It will all be in English for you guys later, so don't worry.
Later we'll talk about it, but I know, like, as we talked about 2 summoning classes, there might be concerns. How long are these fights going to be? We're going to go into detail about that later, but we did consider that. We did take that into consideration. I will be going through this live later, like the recording of this live later on. I will go through the list of questions that you have, even if we can't cover all questions later, because we will do a Q&A session. I will go through the questions, gather them, and make sure that we are able to provide answers in that summary of the live. I'll also add whatever questions that you guys might have asked that we didn't get a chance to cover. Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah, I think
I'll take that as a yes.
Yeah, I think that will be good. I'm not seeing any reactions, but yeah,
This is a great
learning
curve, by the way. It's like what works, what doesn't. I probably have to get a 3rd screen so I can see the chat in real life. That'll be for the next one.
That's okay. That's fine. I'm sorry if we're a little all over the place because this was short notice, but we're trying to do our best.
Tell the truth. It was yesterday, guys. It was yesterday that we decided to do this.
Yeah, it was short notice. So bear with us. Okay.
Okay, we're talking about the monsters now. Now, you know how you saw the 2 summoning classes? Well, whether they're summoning classes or not, you won't be dealing direct damage as your character. Your supporting role in Temporis VII. Your character that you so love and cherish will play support. So here, in order to fight, you have to capture monsters. They're wandering around the world of 12. Then you have to assemble a team of them so that you can progress in your adventure. So basically, you're going to catch them, you're going to create your team, and you're going to fight mobs. Now, monsters reveal their true nature when you start a fight. Some of them are more rare than others. So you have different levels of rarity, and you have 151 of them together. So what they're showing you right now is what happens when you try to capture one. So you see that little like sprite, it looks a bit weird. So you'll have the sprite in a mob randomly somewhere. And it's only once you start the fight that it transforms itself and you see what monster it is that you have a chance to capture.
So you don't know from the start what you're going to get.
You know there's a monster, but you don't know which one you're getting.
Yeah.
And they appear randomly. They appear randomly in combat. And it depends on the level bracket and the probability of appearing. You know, some, as I said, there's rarity levels. Now, if you see this little blob, you go, okay, this is a monster. Let's see if I can go and grab it. But you don't know which one it is. You don't know if you already have it or if you don't. So you really have to start the fight. And the drop rate, because it's not a 100% certainty that you're going to capture it. So, and I think I just did a spoiler at the same time as they did. Because I could hear them going, did you just spoil the fact that there's rarity levels? And I thought, oops, okay, they spoiled it too. That's not a problem.
Oh, okay. We're good.
We're good. Phew. But yeah, the drop rate of the monster will depend on the bait that you have, because you need to bait them in order to capture them. Now the drop rate is a fixed drop rate, and they're trying to see if we give the drop rate 50% drop rate. The base drop rate or probability of you capturing a monster is 50%. Now it's modifiable, which means that you have different things that will influence the drop rate, like for example the bait that I mentioned, and other things that we'll most likely discuss a bit later during the live. And I'm going to do a little parenthesis to say this is really hard to speak at the same time.
Yeah, it is hard. It is hard. You're trying to listen to them, and then you're trying to explain more or less what they're trying to say. It's hard.
So, for example, if you're in a fight, like me and Misai are roaming the world of 12, and we see a monster, and we're like, okay, we're both going to go for it. We can both drop it. There's a probability that we can both get it because the drop rate is on the group, okay? But obviously, because it's like any drop, there's a drop rate. We can both drop it. We might neither of us might get it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So there's always a probability to drop for everyone in the fight.
Exactly. Now, once you grab your own team, you capture different monsters, you kind of create your own, you assemble them into a team, and in order to progress in Temporis, you have to then use them to go and defeat dungeons and gain XP and so on and so forth.
Manaia, you're like slipping away from the microphone, it seems. Like I'm hearing you like far away.
What about now?
Oh, okay. Oh my god. Oh, the starting monsters.
So yeah, when you start your adventure, of course, we don't want you to start naked and without a little buddy to accompany you. So you'll have a choice in Incarnum of one of these four. So unfortunately, I don't have the translations yet, I don't think. Let me double check. No, I do. So the first one is called Coolio for water type. For fire type, we have Feveray, the little turtle. The Buak is Wind Dive. And then we have Drollbit. So now they're talking about the play on words that they used in French to create the names.
I like the English names, actually.
They're very
nice.
cute.
Yeah, they're very cute, the English names. I think they missed the mark with modsters, but I like the individual names.
Yeah, that's a different story. The modster terminology. But we can talk about that later during the Q&A session.
Yeah.
So do you guys have a favorite at the moment between which one do you think you guys are going to pick?
Personally, I like the water one.
Is it because it's cute or because you like...
It's cute. I like the penguins.
I don't know. I like them all. I think they're all really, really cute. I don't know which... I think it'll depend on the class that I'll pick.
Yeah. I feel like people go with water in the beginning of Temporis, so they have like a higher drop chance.
Now I think they're gonna show you the individual little monsters, starter monsters, if we can say. That's a bit of a tongue twister.
Mm-hmm.
So for Coolio...
Yes, Loyal, you'll be able to choose any class. Like you can pick your class when the server registers opens. Okay, so now they're explaining what spells.
The different spells. So their their passive effect, it's called Slide. So at the bottom of the screen, it increases the caster's MP and make them unlockable. Okay. Then you have three, it's a description of the three different spells that they have that are water-based spells. Now we're talking about our little friend Feveray. Now Feveray's passive spell, he attracts the targeted enemy and increases the caster's close combat damages. So, he has a spell that steals fire health, the other one inflicts fire damage in an area in an AoE. And the fire type monster, he's a martial arts expert, according to the animation.
So it's close combat, I assume.
Yeah. Now, with regards to Wind Dive, switches places with the target. So he really takes advantage of repositioning enemies in the battlefield. So he switches air damage and steals HP in air element in an AoE as well. Now for drill bit, he's a down and dirty fighter.
They all seem like really, really nice to begin. Like to start, they all seem really nice.
Yeah, this one, drill bit, increases the caster's lock and moves them closer to the target. So by increasing the caster's lock, I think not only does he like to get, down and dirty in close combat, he makes sure that they stay there.
Yeah, because you don't want them getting close to you since you're only support.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And one of his spells, aside from inflicting earth damage, they remove MP.
That's also really nice. I like that. Just stay still. Stay there.
So what changes from previous editions? So your character plays a support role. You have, 18 different classes. The class identities are preserved. With regards to the monsters, it's 3 spells per monster. And we're talking 151 of them. So that's a total of around 450 spells. So when you have that kind of pool of options, you really can create your unique team. Logan is actually saying, I cannot wait to see the creativity of players to create their own strategies and fight with the different teams.
Yeah, because you'll be able to create like so many different things, just equipping different monsters.
With regards to the equipment, your equipment will influence the stats of your monsters. So your stats of your character are transferred onto your monster. Okay, he's giving an example that if you want to do a pushback build, where you buff up your stats for pushback damage, your not your summons, my bad, your monsters, get used to the right terminology here, Manaia. They will benefit from your pushback damage stats. So really, whatever you equip on your character will benefit your monster. Okay, and then we have Jin now advertising Misai stream.
Oh my god, no.
Join us! At the same time, they're also sharing links for the PTBR community and the ES community as well.
I'm so happy that we're doing this, really. I'm so excited. I'm still so nervous. I'm having so much fun. I'm so happy sharing this with everyone.
A note to self, try to organize this a little bit more in advance than 24.
Oh,
24 hours.
They're asking if there will be a PvP tournament at the end.
Will in your stream, yeah?
No, in this Temporis.
Yeah, but is this being asked in your chat?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, spoiler alert, we're going to talk about it later in the presentation. Because the French side don't know that yet. Please don't, please. We'll talk more about tournaments.
Don't tell, guys, don't tell. Shh, shh, shh.
Don't tell. But no, I think it was, 12 hours ago, we kind of went, it's like, I have a mission for us. Now,
if you decide to accept, I literally started hearing Mission Impossible soundtrack.
Yeah, that was the whole point.
Here we go.
Okay, we're back. Okay. So, fun joke. This in English is called Mega Alteration. But before, they wanted to call it Mega Monsteration. And I found that to be so difficult to pronounce that I begged the localization team, please, can you simplify this? Monster is already a little bit tricky, but Mega Monsteration was a little bit much.
Yeah, for a profession name, it's like really...
So what is this Mega Alteration? It's a new profession that is exclusive to Temporis, actually, for this particular edition, creating a new profession that allows players to evolve certain monsters. So this process allows you to get powered up monsters. I misexplained myself. It's mega monsteration or mega alteration is the process of evolving. It's not the profession.
Oh, okay.
The profession is called Bistology, sorry. And in Bistology, you will do mega alterations that would allow you to evolve your monster. So it's a very, very important profession for this Temporis. But don't worry, it's actually very accessible. Evolved monsters are only obtained through the professional, but you won't be able to capture them. But the XP is very generous. It's like any other profession. You have little recipes, and when you capture monsters, you have them in scroll form. So you'll have recipes, but they give very generous XP. So it's quite easily to level.
Okay, they're asking if the mobster dies, if the player character die. It's like this: if your monsters die, you die.
Mm-hmm. That is correct. You need to keep them alive.
Yeah.
But also, if your character dies, the fight is over. Your monsters, all of them die. If
Exactly. You die, they die. They die, you die. It ends.
Do you guys know those quests where you have those derpy NPCs that are very like IOPs that just charge, but they get like battered and they can't deal any damage, and you're running around trying to keep them safe, or you lock them in a corner so you're able to complete the quest fight? It's kind of in that sense, but here you control your monsters. But if the NPC in that quest dies, you have to redo the fight again. So even if your character has all his HP, all your monsters are gone, the fight ends.
They're asking how many monsters can we use in a fight.
Okay, you guys are way too quick.
Yeah.
This. We're going to cover that as well in the presentation.
They're just like 200 miles. Yeah, they're like, we're way ahead.
You're way ahead of us.
Yeah. Thank God.
No, there was a few slides that while I was explaining this, all they showed was the evolved version of Fiveray, and then they showed the 4 starter monsters and how they look in evolved form. So now we are talking about the monster rarity. So like I said earlier, monsters that you'll have to hunt during this adventure are divided into different rarity categories per se. So you have common, rare, epic, and legendary. Now, how hard the difficulty in how am I going to translate this? How the difficulty in capturing a monster because of that probability we were talking about earlier, it really depends on the drop rate. So you have the capped base of 50%. The rarity also then has an influence. There's also the bait. I know we haven't really talked too much about the bait, but we'll explain it a little bit later. It's a little bit like, when you go and capture mounts, you have to equip a net and so on. Here, you won't need to do that. You won't need to equip anything. And just so you know, when I say that you're a support character, but you can equip items, you can equip a weapon, but you won't be able to swing to deal close combat damage. So pick your weapon according to the stats that are meaningful to you, not necessarily to the damage that it causes.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you can equip a weapon, you just can't use it.
Yes. And there's Jane advertising the Ladymisai.
Oh my God, I can't believe you just said Ladymisai.
No, this is awesome. We're we're testing, guys. We'll test as we go along.
Yeah, I'm sorry if this is kind of a little bit messy, but we're having so much fun. Guys, bear with us, please.
Put it this way. I mean, at the end of the day, it isn't probably the most organized. That's true.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, we thought, okay, how about we just test out to do it in English the same day that the information is shared with all the other communities, and then everybody gets a write-up summary on Friday. Okay, let me see if I can do this quick so I don't lag behind. This is about the equipment. So most equipment will be obtained directly as loot. So you're dropping your equipment in this Temporis again. with very, very favorable drop rates. And I like how favorable or in red as well. So, so keep your sword sharp and you'll have no problem acquiring equipment. For the smith maging, obviously there'll be a benefit to this because you drop more equipment, you can crush them, you get more runes, so it allows you to generate a lot of them a lot quicker, and you can then perfect your stats and your equipment.
Okay, so like the drop rates for equipment are like really good.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, it'll be a fixed drop rate. I don't know the value yet, so I don't know if they said it already and I missed it.
But we'll find out. It's okay.
Yeah. Now it'll be like it's going to be distributed a little bit different from previous editions. Okay, so this now what we're saying is we've mentioned to you guys before on multiple occasions that Temporis is an opportunity for us to test content that is too risky to test on classic servers. So for this Temporis, idols will not provide any bonuses during fights. We are not removing them because there's some achievements, there's some quests, there's some elements that require idols. So we're not removing them, but they will not give you any bonus. Whether it is experience bonus or drop bonus, you will not have it. But to compensate, because we know some of you do like to challenge yourselves, and for a higher risk, why not have a higher or bigger reward? And we do want everyone to have fun with Temporis. There are other things that we are going to test on this Temporis, which I'm sure we're going to talk in a few slides, that would allow to compensate this lack of bonus. I'll be honest with you guys, when I heard this, I was like, mouth open. Really?
Yeah, I was so shocked, but don't worry guys, you'll get like the bonuses from something else.
There's a debate because we're not fully happy with the idol system. And it's a debate between not only for the community, but even inside Ankama with the game design team and the production team. So let's test it out on Temporis and only on Temporis, see what the data behind shows us, and then we'll discuss it again at a later stage with the community. Or limitation in combat. Okay, who was asking earlier about this? Someone asked the question, and this is the information. So there are limits to the fight setup, so that when you think of summons in a fight, you automatically think, how long is the fight going to be? Oh, this is going to be too long. So we do not want you to be bored. So to limit the length of the fights, there's certain rules and restrictions that we put in place. I'm sorry, I don't know why they swapped the conversation. I'm trying to keep up.
I think that maybe someone asked something.
So what he's explaining is, I think clearly maybe somebody said this is too much detail. You're changing the game too much for this Temporis. And what Jin was explaining was, well, technically yes and no. We give as much detail as we can, because some people like to know about it.
Oh, they put it
but
back.
You need to keep everything in mind in order to be able to learn and progress slowly, in the first couple of days of Temporis. It is very overwhelming quantity of information in one go, but once you get into it, it's a lot easier to get the hang of it. You have all the theory, but putting into practice comes very naturally.
Yes.
So back to the limitations. Sorry, that's very bad translation. Restrictions during fights.
Only 2 monsters, right?
2 monsters that you can summon in your turn. So you can only summon 2 per turn.
But you can have 6 that you can summon during the fight.
Yeah.
Just not at the same time. Okay.
No, you can only summon per turn 2 of them. And like the last bullet points, it actually answers the question from earlier. If the monsters die, your character dies too. The combat is over, the fight is over. So yeah, if one of them dies, you can straight away replace it. And here they're actually saying, okay, guys, keep your questions for the end. We have a lot to go through. And then
I'm noticing a lot of questions that people are asking that will come up in further slides or like right at the end. Like we know this information. It's coming up. Don't worry.
Okay, so for arch monsters and wanted monsters, this is something that worked really, really well in past Temporis editions. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, I love these.
Like it. So for the search tokens, which are the first ones, they're obtained, well, in Temporis, and it lets you start a fight against a wanted monster. So in a populated server, with everyone looking for them, you can actually get your hands on a wanted monster. Wanted monster is that is the term in English, right? I'm not
the bounties, like the wanted.
Yeah, it's like bounties.
Yeah,
exactly. Then for the arch tokens, which are the green ones, it allows you to start a fight against an arch. You know, it's just easier way for you to get archers and whatever. So here, remember when earlier I said we dropped the bonus of idols? So here, what we decided to do for the first time is to provide an almanacs type daily bonus that is unique to Temporis, right? You'll be able to unlock a different bonus every day. Now, the difference between almanacs and now is the fact that on almanacs, whether you do the daily quest or not, you get the bonus. The bonus is activated for everyone. Here, you need to complete a daily quest.
Sounds fair. Sounds fair.
Now, you need to keep an eye out because, the different bonuses change according to a specific cycle over the course of the adventure. So over the course of Temporis, it will change. There are very specific dates. No, I think I lost it, sorry. But I think what he's trying to say is like there's it changes according to a specific cycle, and you need to be aware of the different bonuses that it can give you. This will allow you to boost the pace of your adventure, and you'll have very, very pleasant little surprises. But please know, this is optional. It is not part of, the progression system of Temporis. You do not have to do this in order to complete your progression, and tick all the boxes. And this is something else that we're testing. Like, we decided to test this out as an alternative for idle bonuses, for example, and the best way to test it is Temporis. I'm just double checking that I've given the correct information by listening to Jin.
Yeah, you did.
Oh my god. So Cool speaks English. We might have to bribe him to come to the stream with us. Okay, we have
all of the English coming out.
Mm-hmm. So apparently it's a desperate attempt to get everyone to connect every day for the bonus, the daily bonus.
Well, I already did almanacs every single day on Temporis, but I am a crazy person.
I didn't say it. You did.
I did.
I didn't say it.
I've admitted it publicly.
But yeah, so far, is everyone following? Is everyone excited?
Yeah, it's like, what do you guys think? Like, if people are asking so many questions, I feel like they're excited, at least that. And I feel like this is going to be really fun. I think someone asked before, like, that if everyone summons has a bunch of monsters in the fight at the same time, that will get...
I didn't understand the question.
It's fine. Let's keep going. I'm sure it will come up.
Okay, keep note of that question.
Yeah, I won't forget.
So this is the... I don't know how to pronounce this in English, believe it or not. Ephemeral dimension? I think that's how you say it.
I think it's ephemeral, though I'm not sure if they're gonna use that word.
So this is like your welcome portal on Temporis, and it's instance map. So each character will have its own, and you'll have NPCs there. Now, because Temporis is still, it's still relatively newish in the history of Dofus, and we can never explain the background story of Temporis and the different editions and all the craziness. So we just went, you know what? Let's create this dimension and redo the map. So if you look at... Okay, if you have a photographic memory and you remember what that image was, you have different elements. We'll put it on the summary, don't worry. On the map, we designed different elements of all the different Temporis editions that we've had.
You'll notice the little details and references to the previous Temporis.
Don't. They're doing a debate now about. Okay, this is in
They went
France,
off topic.
They're completely off topic. So in France, you have this thing of like, the little baked goods that are like, they look like little pillows, but they have like chocolate inside.
Mm.
So in France, there's two famous names for it, and there's always a debate.
Oh yeah, I've had
Which
this
is the right
debate.
term?
I've had this debate on my chat with French players.
So it's pain au chocolat or is
Or
it chocolatine?
chocolatine.
That's what they're doing right now. Apparently, they're trying to do a survey.
I angered when I said chocolatine sounded better.
No,
I angered. I angered like I would say pain au chocolat, but chocolatine. It's like a cute name. I think it's a cute name.
Okay, we missed a little map. It was the Monster Center. So it was on this map that you'll be able to change doubles. You're going to go capture monsters on your own or with your friends or guildies. And sometimes you're going to have double. And you can't really equip two of them. So in the Monster Center, you have the opportunity to go and exchange them for tokens. Okay? So now what you see on the screen is the two NPCs in that center. So the first one, the Anutrof, it allows you to exchange the doubles for OSA tokens. I think that might be the translation of the tokens. There's still a few translations to be done. And then with those tokens, you then go to the agent, which is the Fecken NPC. And with those tokens, you'll be able to buy little treats that will give you like little bonuses. We're purposely not giving way too many details because we still want you guys to discover content through your own adventure. This map that you see now, it's the training workshop. So this is there's only one room. Okay, let's try this again. Your profession, the unique profession to Temporis. This is the only map where you'll be able to evolve your monster. It's on that map there. The training workshop.
They're asking if we're able to trade with other players.
Yes, you will be able to have a commerce. The economy, once again, as always, is in the hands of the community. So you'll be able to trade, to sell, swap them for tokens. Of course, you can follow the live with Ladymisai.
Oh my god, I can't. Too much.
It's alright, right? I mean, it's not too bad. We can do better next time.
I think it's going well.
I apologize again, but I have no training or background in interpretation, which is listening in one language and translating at the same time. But for what it's worth, we still wanted to test it, and we will still, again, do a write-up summary that we'll hopefully publish on Friday. Now, this is still a work in progress. Everything that is being done, or everything that we're sharing with you guys, we're still working on it. And one of the elements that we're still working on are combat arenas, which you can see the first one. The thing is, when they asked for the game design team, for the artists to come up with these maps, they asked for a couple of them, but they got so motivated that they created a combat arena for each of the main cities of the World of 12.
What?
So you saw Brakmar, now you can see Bonta. I think the Bontarian map looks nicer, but that's just me. You have now the Amakna. This is the Astrub combat arena. No, this looks really, really cute. This is the Sophia one. Now, again, remember, these are work in progress maps,
They're telling me that there's like a problem with stream when they try to listen back to the VOD. They can't hear your voice. I have no idea what the problem is with the sound. Like, they can hear you perfectly now while it's live, but when they try to go back in the VOD, they can't hear your voice. I have no idea. Why not?
Hello, I'm Manaia and I'm cursed.
I have no idea why. I will try to figure it out for following streams, I promise. But I apologize if you guys try to watch the VOD and can't hear Manaia. I'm sorry.
We'll figure that out. We'll do. For now, we'll try and...
I'm just like shocked right now. Okay, let's continue.
Okay, so there's a quest that once you get to a certain advanced level in your Temporis progression, which is kind of like the League of Usatopia. It's in the remember that area? We called it the ephemeral or whatever. I need to ask the localization team how to pronounce it. In that dimension, you talk to an NPC, and once you have unlocked a certain level or you've reached a certain stage in the Temporis progression, you will be able to combat or to fight 4 little things. Like you see kind of the shadows of 4 NPCs, let's say. How to explain this without spoiling it? This is challenging. So once you get to a certain stage, you talk to an NPC and you're able to do another challenge, which is the League of Usatopia. And it'll contain 4 battles that you'll need to complete. So you need to win 4 fights in a row. And then there's a little gift, a little reward afterward. We're going to be showing the little novelties in terms of the interface. So for the very first one, this is the collection interface. So all the information on monsters, we will rely on you guys to share with each other, because some of you will unlock them as you capture them, but you might not have, for example, number 11, but somebody else will. So you guys can work together to figure out which is which. On the screen, under like the part that says success, that's your achievements. So each monster will have, if I understood correctly, at least two achievements. But all the information do you want to get or you're unsure about your monster, you have it in that interface. You see you have the image, on the side you have the icons on the spell. I think if you hover over them, you'll have the description. But I'll need to double check that. So the detail in order to unlock the achievement, it'll be very easy if I drop a monster, Misai doesn't. It's like, hey, no problem. I'll just give you my scroll. You equip it, you unequip it. When I say equip, you double click on the scroll. It appears in the another interface that will show in a slide or two. And then she unlearns it in brackets, let's say. Like it works in the same system that what we had for the scroll sayers. You buy a scroll for the spell, you double click on it. It's active in your spell interface, and then when you don't want it anymore, you can just retransform it into a scroll and sell it. The same kind of mechanic will work for the monsters. So it'll be a bit too easy to unlock achievements by just, swapping with each other the monsters that we don't have. So in order to unlock or complete all the achievements, you actually need to drop them yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I feel like it's straightforward.
The question is, at the start of the adventure, you can only pick one of the 4 starter monsters. You said yes, at the start you only pick one, but later you're able to actually catch them. So the previous was the collection interface, now it's the monster interface. For those of you that have played on previous editions of Temporis, specifically the Scroll Sayers, you'll recognize the interface. It's exactly the same. But instead of being with scrolls or with the spells, it's actually with your monsters. And you can see each spell of the monsters. At the top, they're part of your deck. They're the active ones of your deck. You can have up to 6. So at the top, you have 3 monsters. The 3 underneath are your character spells that are passive. I think there was a question with regards to the detail of the interface. Okay, this is my favorite slide.
Oh, I like
personally,
this one.
when I saw this, it was like, oh, this is what it looks in the fight. It's like,
I love this.
Okay, that's cool. But then when you notice that your monsters appear on the left-hand side of your screen and you can see the spells, this means that the problem that sometimes we have where you have to, like a bit with the sidekicks, you know, you have to wait the turn of the sidekicks so that on the interface, the spell bar at the bottom shows their spells so you can try and learn them, then develop your strategy. Throughout the fight, your monster spells will appear on your screen like this. So you can plan your turns and hover over to see what spells they are without having to have that little mini panic, you know, during a fight. Go, oh, I don't know what to do. I have to wait the turn of my sidekick so I can see all the different 4 spells and I need to read them and test the AoE, you know? So I think this part was the part that I kind of went, okay, I really want to try.
Yeah, I really like this. You get to see the spells beforehand. You get like to plan ahead what you're gonna do. I really like this.
This is one of our main interface improvements that we've been working on. Now, obviously, when we test stuff in Temporis, if it's stuff that works and adds value not only for us in terms of the game, but adds value to the community and to the players, it's so much easier to test on Temporis and then deploy them onto the classic servers. So we're testing this part of the functionality with the monsters to have the spells displayed throughout the fight, as opposed to just displaying them at the start of their turn. These are the kind of improvements we want to do on the classic Dofus as well. So we'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed.
He was saying like if
so
the
he
monsters...
was talking about. Yeah, they were doing a recap basically of what we already covered, but now we received a little message from the game masters. Okay, so what they're saying is, adventurers and 12ians, you're already dreaming of roaming the world of 12 in search of monsters. You intend to indulge in a pattern of activity, and we will not tolerate the domestication of these beautiful little creatures. We were not enemies. We could sympathize with the misfortune that await you soon. Beware that the Team Croquette is watching you and will not do you any favors, so beware.
Ooh. So
I hope I did. I hope I did.
This is like the game
master.
This is the game master event.
So yeah, so the game masters they were brought into the loop earlier, like really at the preliminary stages, like to the creation of the concept, because we wanted them to be able to do a really, really fun event. So, and we wanted them in earlier to be more, like to allow them and allow us to more effectively prepare for events. So now we're showing you some maps that were created just for the game masters. So they decided to play the Team Croquette. At first, you know, because it's Team Rocket, so there was like, oh, maybe Team Missile. No, we stick with Team Croquette. It's much better.
Oh yeah, Team Croquette. I like it better than Team Missile. Yeah, no.
So yeah, all we can tell you is that this team are a malicious group that kidnap monsters for mysterious reasons. So there was a little bit of creative graphic work that we did on our side. Like
I love that. I love that submarine.
Like they're really, really outstanding. They're volunteers. All the game masters are volunteers. So they create this amazing concept, and it will be covered in English too. Okay, so according to Logan, prepare to be spoiled. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready.
Here we go. The rewards. Guys.
So there's a lot of rewards. Now, it's purposely blurred out. Now, he really wanted to kind of get people to tease, go, okay, which one do you want me to unlock? Which one do you want to see? But we'll do that later, apparently. Now, in the teasing section, you see this little motorcycle.
Oh,
we'll call it a motorcycle.
They want to know if it's an emote or an actual pet mount.
Well, what do you guys think? Tell me.
They want it to be a pet mount.
Okay, so remember about choosing your first pet smell. See, I spoiled it. So it is a pet smell. Damn it, that was bad. Oh, shame. So when you pick your monster at the start of your adventure, the monster that you pick as your first one, it will appear in that little box behind you. Now, one thing that you don't know, so when you're on top of this, on this little bike, the movement, like the speed of moving across maps, is faster than on mounts, but only for Temporis. So at the end of Temporis, once you get these little cutie motorbike back onto your classic server, you will glide across maps at the same speed as a Drago turkey, another pet mouse, a seamew, whatever. But it's just on Temporis, you'll go a little bit faster.
I love that you can carry your monster in the back. That's just so cute.
You can carry a little monster at the back, yeah.
It's so cute. I love it. I need it. I need this.
So apparently there's a 7th cap. Here on the image we only show 6, but there's going to be 7.
It's going to be a surprise then.
Okay, Jin is asking for the pet. Like, show me the pet.
Oh, okay, the pet. Oh, it's so cute.
Your next Temporis sidekick, let's call it, it's a monster that won't join you in combat. But he'll travel with you throughout the world as a pet that will eventually evolve into a pet's mount. Along with its appearance, its stats will change over the course of your adventure and when you complete objectives on Temporis. Which is kind of what happened in previous editions of Temporis. The first one that comes to mind is mainly the one in Enkeflip City. We had on the previous edition as well, wasn't it? It was a little tiger, baby tiger.
And you also had that Griffiths.
Yeah, as well.
I will just get it just because I need to get it.
I'll be honest, I think the little egg actually is really cute.
It's so adorable. It's so adorable. The egg is so cute. So this will not take your character colors. It looks like.
Hold on. I don't think he'll take the character colors.
At least it doesn't seem like it does.
So there are emotes, we can see a set. Okay, these 3 emotes are rewards. And literally he put the 3 emotes, he's putting everything for you guys to see. These are all the rewards.
Oh, I love the emotes. I live for emotes.
I think the middle emote is super
the
funny.
middle one, it's so hilarious. Like the character seems so dejected when the monster gets taken away. Oh no! Aww.
I like the 3rd one.
It's so they're so cute. I need them all. Oh, it smooshes.
Like the 3rd one was inspired on the teaser gifts that we did of Logan carrying a tiny little plushie of Baomiao that then turns into a giant Baomiao.
Yeah, when it evolves. Oh, the emotes are all so cute.
I think they're asking is it always the same pet in the emote? You know, is it the
I see. I
the
get
monster that you picked at the beginning or not? And they're like, we don't think so, but let's ask just in case. So now I think it's the set that we're going to show. So now it's following the colors of the Osamodo's god. So it's inspired on the pet's mount of the phoenix. Come on, Logan is like, okay, let's get going because, you know, time's ticking. We still have some stuff to show.
People get excited for the rewards.
Okay, so let's talk about the rewards part. And rewards. Great news. Now, we tested this on Dofus Retro. Like, there's some elements we tested with the Temporis on Dofus Retro. And our goal was really to be able to change something that frustrated a lot of you guys and frustrated us as well. Which was that at the end of Temporis, you had to wait like days and sometimes a couple of weeks in order to get your rewards, you know, to distribute to your character. Now, the experience potion and all the cosmetic rewards that are associated with Temporis progression, they can be collected directly from an NPC. And it's on the go. You don't have to wait the end of Temporis for us to do injections, to do whatever. It's just so that you can actually, in your progression, for whatever, let's say it's like Temporis is 2 months. You go on holidays, you want to claim your stuff before the last 2 weeks, you're not going to progress anymore. You can do that. You don't have to wait until we close the server, that we have to wait 2 weeks of injections for you to get your stuff. It's more direct, you know, it's like you talk to an NPC, boom, done. Okay, so now this is the second part. We did exactly this on Temporis Retro. At the end of it, although you get your potion, some people, you know, might come back and they don't really have gear, so they end up with, I'm saying a random number. Let's say by using the XP potion on a new character, you end up level 150, but you don't have level 150 gear. Well, here, associated to your potion, and this is what they're showing right now. It's kind of a starter. We call it a starter set because it's a set for you to go back to your classic server with your experience from Temporis. It's linked to your account. But it allows you, it gives you like it's by level bracket. So if you're level 150 through your XP potion, it will be, for example, I don't know, the stats of a level 132 level, or level 140 to 160, depending on the parameters, they're still being determined. But that allows you to go back to a classic server with some kind of gear that you're not starting from scratch, that matches a little bit better your level. Like the level, but the equivalent of the XP potion. So that means you can start again on classic. You have this, it's linked to your account. You need to equip every single item in order to get the stats, because it will give you stats.
I love that the set is made of cardboard.
Isn't it cool? I thought it was so funny.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious, really funny. So if like you're a new player, you decided to play on Temporis, then you go with your XP potion to the normal servers, you get this set to go along with it.
Yep. And it'll give you the equivalent of your level. So it's not going to be super, super strong, but it gives you, it's enough for you to get by and meet people and with a group or farm, you know.
Yeah, not being completely naked.
Yeah, like imagine you take a break from Dofus and you come back from Temporis and you don't have any of your characters for whatever reason, and you go, okay, I'm level 160, but I'm wearing a Peewee set.
Yeah.
That's, you know, you're not going to feel great. But yeah, it's a full set. You need to equip every single item in order to get that bonus. Okay, so people are like saying, yeah, but it looks cool. Can we use to mimic Symbic? Like to do Syndic so we can keep the appearance, even though we won't take advantage of the stats. Okay, they're giggling right now because they're super proud of themselves. They've been discussing amongst themselves, the two of them, Logan and Jin, about the look of the set. They're like, oh, we'd really like something done out of cardboard. Would it be possible? Do you think it'll look cool? So now because people are reacting, they're saying it looks really nice. That's why they were giggling themselves and saying, we're really proud of us.
Yeah, like, oh. They're smug right now.
They're very smug. Very smug. No. It was a cool idea.
Yeah, it was. I liked it a lot.
Okay, so what he's saying is when game masters organize events on Temporis, they're going to give you little items that you can convert to, I never remember the name of this in English. They're the tokens given by game masters that you can then go to their
sherry tokens. It's Shariva something. Shariva
tokens or something. Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's pretend it's that's the name. And then you can go to their house in Astrub and exchange your tokens to buy, you know, balloons or candies or whatever. So now what you're seeing is the planner.
Oh, okay. Here we go. The dates. So on the 7th, it's like the pre-register for the servers. It's when it opens.
Which is today.
Yeah.
So please know that the pre-registration is officially open.
Someone was asking this right away, like at the beginning of the stream.
Go. By the way, did you guys agree for the English-speaking community what server to go on, or
Oh
I don't know,
yeah. Okay.
how to
So
get together.
I'm just gonna let everyone know that beforehand, Manaia asked the English content creators like which server we would like to go. Like beforehand, we had our characters created, and we all decided that we were going to go to server 5 because Echo is 5 years, 5 years old. So we thought it was cute, and we decided that we would register for server 5. So if you plan to play with the international community, I'd say join server 5. But of course, that's up to you. If you want to join another server, that's okay. That's fine. But this is server 5. It's the server that we're all planning to go. It's also the server that I'll be streaming from.
Ooh. I have news, by the way. I think we all share this excitement of wanting updates about server merge on classic servers. So on that screen, in that little dotted square, you see server merge. That's for Temporis, okay? But we're using this Temporis because we're going to do 2 server merges. We're going to do 2. We're going to do a preliminary one. And then we're going to merge the 2 servers that will be the result of a merge together again.
Manaia, sorry, question. They're asking what's the name of the servers. So you gave us like numbers for the servers, but they're asking what are the name of the servers, because apparently it's showing names instead of numbers. Oh my god.
I am turning into, Mission Impossible here, and I'm going to send a quick message. Hello, names of the servers.
Yeah, because guys, I apologize in advance. When we were given this information, we had only numbers, so that's why we chose like server 5. Like we didn't have any names, but now if there's names, I don't know which one it is. I am sorry. I'm just now learning about this. I'm so sorry.
Okay, I'll try to get the information. I asked the question. Once I get the information, I'll be able to...
Okay. I'm sorry I interrupted you. You were talking about the server merge.
Yes. I think the 5th one might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Will be Sab. All the names are Meridian names. No, I'll let them continue to talk about what they talk, because I think the thing about what I was mentioning about the server merge is important and of interest to you guys. As I was saying, we're going to do 2 server merges for Temporis. We're going to do the brand new servers, they're going to merge. And then those that are the result of a merge will merge again together. And we're going to do all the final tests. Because I don't know if you guys remember watching the live stream that I did in December with Jin and Logan. And Logan explained that the goal is to do it this year, but we still have to do some final tests. And these are the final tests, because Echo is the product of a server merge. So we're doing this 2-step server merge on Temporis as the final checks, dot the I's and cross the T's. Okay?
So they're using this Temporis server merge to test, like a final test.
Yeah, because we're going to merge the servers together, some of them, like in different groups, and then we're going to re-merge them again. So to test what is the result of the merger, or the merge of 2 servers that are the product of a server merge already. It's such a tongue twister.
Yes.
Because we always said we can't merge servers that are the product of a merge themselves. But now, like with all the work that has been done over the past couple of years, and as Logan had said in December, it's still a work in progress, and we do want to do it. But now we are testing that. This is the final test.
They're saying, let's hope the servers don't explode.
They won't. Nah.
Which servers will be merged with Echo? I assume it will be.
We don't know yet.
Oh, we don't know? Okay.
No. I mean, you can have an opinion on it for sure, but even we don't know yet. The decision
all right.
hasn't been
All right.
finalized.
Okay.
Yeah.
We still don't know.
But by all means, share your thoughts. I promise I won't say it a word. I will not. Okay, we missed some kind of.
Okay, did they spoil something?
No, I think Jin said something, and Logan was kind of giving out to him to go, "Don't give bad information."
Okay. They're asking the official start for Temporis.
Pardon?
Oh, the 29th.
The official start. It's the 29th of June. Now, the day before, we're doing the 2.64 update on Classic Dofus, which is like changes. We shared quite a few dev blogs recently. It's mainly changes to temporal anomalies.
People had a lot to say.
Yes. And that, which is great, which was the goal. Like, this is exactly what we wanted.
Yeah, I've read some of it, not all of it, because it was like huge walls of text, but people had a lot of opinions.
2 topics missing. So what happens towards the end of the server? Oh no, he has another topic to talk first.
Okay.
This.
Okay.
Your Twitch adventure.
Guys, this will be fun.
So during Temporis, we have a very, very rich Twitch dropped campaign. So there'll be 3 mystery boxes. So on the first mystery box is cosmetic items. Then on the second one, you have utilities, like different things that add value to you. And the third one, you know, when they say mystery box Temporis 3, it's the monster croquettes. So this is the bait that you use. It's a consumable one. So you don't equip it. You have your weapon equipped. It's not like you need a net or anything. You consume this croquette. And it's like, you know, like Pearl Drops candy. It gives you, it's like a transformation for X amount of fights. Or sometimes when you have a follower, you have that little icon on the top of your screen that says you have you have a follower for 1 fight. So these croquettes, they increase your probability of dropping or capturing a monster.
Okay, so if you guys watch the streams or any person streaming Dofus, you will be able to get these.
Okay, so there is a forum thread explaining how you can link your Twitch accounts to your Dofus account. So once you unlock, like, these Twitch drops are associated to X amount of time watching a stream associated to Dofus, okay? So there's a forum thread explaining you how to do it. So yeah, then you can claim your rewards.
Oh my god, look at that. Look at that, Petsma.
So there's a special version to the little motorbike.
Oh, I want it. I want this so badly.
Wait, it's not everything. Let's be honest, Logan hates the Twitch shield.
What? People love it.
Well, he's sick of it, so he decided to create a brand new set that is inspired on Twitch, but the icons are all linked to Ankama Livestream. So this is a brand new set that we've created just now. 3 items, so you have the cloak, the hat, and the shield. The thing you need to know, it's been a debate internally about the little ears, you know, the cat ears. Some people are like, oh no, this is silly, I don't want to equip it.
Why? People have equipped sillier things like that Twitter hat.
At the moment, it's a discussion on, you can choose whether you want the ears or not. But
I like the ears.
If you equip all 3 items, you get this aura. By the way, this is not exclusive to Temporis. This is not just for a Temporis thing. Okay?
Oh my god, I love it. I love the ears. I'm pro ears.
They're cute.
They are. They're super cute.
Wait. So anybody that is streaming Dofus content during that time, there is the possibility to You just need to stream Dofus, and then your viewers can obtain the mystery box number 2 and 3. I will confirm that in writing for Friday's summary.
Okay.
Oh, and guess what? There's going to be a tournament at the end. So at the end, there's a final tournament at the end of the adventure that is organized by the KTA.
Oh, they're now talking about the PvP tournament.
So it's going to be 2v2. And at the moment, what you have on your screen are the French casters. So they're called French content creators. You have Usonet, you have Humility, you have Nozada, and at the end you have Sapeux. And look how pretty they are. It's the comment that I heard. But yeah, they're going to be the casters, although it's not a LAN. It's going to be like an online competition, a tournament. It's just they're going to be casters for it and commentators and so on. The details of the tournament are still being ironed out with the KTA. So we don't have all the final details of it. But as soon as we have them, we will share them with everyone. And we still have time to work on it, obviously. Did we do everything? Okay.
Okay, so now they're gonna have a Q&A.
Wait. So during Temporis, we organized a lot of teasers. And we created content. And we included the content creators. So I presented to Misai, to Defy-X, to Astronome, to Time, to Polsicle, to Benjamight, the content of this Temporis. The reason why we did that is because we wanted to include them in, behind the curtain, because we really love to see the community try to guess the content, and we put so much work into it. We actually wanted to bring the content creators behind the curtain with us and say, look, this is what we're going to do. Let's watch together the community reaction. Unfortunately, there was somebody that leaked details and we were very saddened by it. The thing is, to us, it was disappointing because we like to see the magic, like the community interacting with each other and trying to guess the details. And then, we planned this communication strategy for the benefit of the community so that then when the trailer is released, everyone's excited and talking about it. So what Jin is talking about now is the small disappointment that we get at the end from people that don't respect agreements, that for whatever reason they had to spoil the information. It impacts negatively the community, but also other content creators that played along with us. We have fun with you. We want to include you in these kind of events with this discovery of Temporis. And we always want you guys to have as much fun as we had, but we really want to see, we really want you guys to have fun in the weeks to come as much as we want to have fun with you guys. This is really hard, Misai, honestly.
Yeah.
Let's plan better next time.
It's because I was upset as well when I found out that someone had leaked the information. It's like, my God, did you have to ruin the fun for everyone? It's kind of... I was upset.
But you see, even though there was this spoiler, this leak, let's call it, we were really, really amazed that the community still tried to continue to guess. And there's people that actually deciphered a few codes that we had. And, good prevails at the end of the day. So there was one player that guessed the content and the code and everything, and we gave him a little Twitch drop. No, sorry, I said Twitch drop. That's not what I meant at all. We gave him I think it was a Witter beanie, which is the hat from Twitter, as a little congratulation.
People are still asking if the 5th server is Sab.
I think it is Sab, but what I will do is I'll make sure. Let's say it's Sab because it's the 5th one on the list. I'm not getting a confirmation as yet, but what I'll do is, as I've reserved your nicknames for content creators, I'll make sure that they're all on Sab.
Okay. Go with Sab, guys. Sorry, I didn't have the server name. I just had a number.
I didn't have it either. No, it's not Miss I's fault at all. I was only given the number as well, and if they got changed to just the names, I missed the info. It doesn't mean they didn't give it to me. It's probably I missed it. It's my bad.
It's okay, guys.
Now, what they're talking about is during the teasers. So we developed the teaser concept and the different strategies, and there were amazing coincidences that just led to Osamodas, let's say, and players were kind of showing it to us. Oh, if you convert this into coordinates and then you add all the numbers into one digit, it gives this, which is the equivalent to that, and that's a link to Osamoda. And we're like,
yeah, I noticed people.
We did not plan that.
I noticed people doing that. I saw some tweets of people trying to decipher. Oh, they're complaining about the idols.
Yeah, a player is asking, are you going to give us some ×2 multiplier to gain XP to compensate for the lack of idols? And here the focus is not so much on XP gathering, regardless of what the other editions of Temporis were before. This is a brand new different game, let's say. So while you don't have idols that for higher risk or higher difficulty you get higher reward, the focus is not really on that for this edition. The focus is on the different elements, like just the mere fact that you're playing a support role completely changes the game.
Yeah, it completely changes everything.
And nobody suffers, because if you do a ×2 multiplier in XP, it benefits everyone. So not having the multiplier is the same for everyone. I understand that the analysis might also be linked to the fact that it's only a 2-month experience. So a multiplier, a ×2 multiplier, helps get reach level 200s or whatever. But I think that from the game design's work and their analysis and when I say analysis, I really mean in terms of the theory, but also the data and the testing that they've done. It doesn't warrant a multiplier. It's really not that bad, but the focus is not on the rush and being the first. And because I don't know if you remember, but in previous editions we've explained there's some editions of Temporis that were more rush focused, more competition focused. Here, not so much.
Not to say that people won't rush or won't try to rush, but I feel it's not designed to be a rush server. People are saying Temporis is only for the rush.
No, it's not. I go on Temporis. I never get level 200. I never do. And I see everyone rushing, and I'm kind of going, I'd love to have...
Even if
I don't know what they're on.
Yeah.
They have amazing coffee. They must have amazing coffee.
Even if I wanted to rush, I feel like it's impossible. I don't play that much to be able to rush.
So we're just re-going through the dates. So you have the pre-registrations that open today. They close on the 26th. We need a bit of time to make sure that we can accommodate everyone that pre-registered. Now, obviously, again, it doesn't mean that once Temporis is live that you can't join the adventure. You can. It's just the pre-registration allows you to organize yourself with friends, with guilds, with alliances, and you get to choose and you get to safeguard your character nickname. And then you see that the closure is Temporis VII on August 23rd.
I feel like they releasing the new update one day before Temporis is like a little on the nose. I hope it goes well.
I am pleading the 5th.
Okay.
Okay. Everyone is 50% drop rate.
Oh, 50% drop rate.
Wait. Okay, we need to make the difference, or it needs to be very clear that there's a difference between the rarity. Remember when we mentioned earlier you have common, rare, epic, and legendary monsters. Once you're in a combat, like once you go into a fight and you notice that they're rarer, from that moment on, the probability of you obtaining it is 50%. However, there are a lot more... I don't like the word rarer because it doesn't sound right to me, but they're not as common as not many others. So don't think automatically when we say you have 50% chances of capturing it, but it doesn't mean that you're going to find it everywhere. Do you know what I mean? So differentiate the rarity and the drop rate.
Okay. Yeah, I think someone was asking about that, like, are we going to focus on prospecting? And I think I even answered that there were like different factors, like there were bait, prospecting, level of rarity, like there's like different things at play that factor in like the monsters that you're gonna get.
I don't know what you guys think, but it's a little bit difficult now for me to translate their questions and answers, because it's a very relaxed environment, but sometimes they kind of talk at the same time, so it's very hard for me to follow. What we might do is, how about we focus on our questions and answers, and the ones that are being asked in the live will be added onto the summary if they're really relevant questions and it's content that wasn't already covered on the summary that we're going to do. And we'll focus on ours for now. What do you guys think?
Just take notice that you won't be able to rewatch my VOD because your voice is not being recorded because I'm a dumbass. I'm a dumbass.
That is true.
I think Benjamight said he was recording, though. This is what happens when you decide on something like a day before and don't test out everything. I'm kind of angry at myself.
No, but don't be. Like, this was a test, right? We had agreed, look, we're testing things out, like the setup, the sound. Does it work? Does it add value? Like, you guys will tell us, and this is actually for your benefit, guys. Let us know. We're not saying this is perfect. We're fully aware that there's a lot to improve. But what we were testing out was, does it bring value to the community to be able to do like a commentary live stream while the French live stream is happening? It's never going to be as fluid as what they do, because they decide on the spot what they're going to say and how they're going to present it. We have a more reactive approach.
Yeah, because we're kind of commentating over them.
Exactly. But is this a good alternative? Like,
I think it is.
Having to wait until Friday where every single community gets the written summary.
I think it is. I think this was an awesome experience. Also, Benjamight, apparently he is recording and we'll get it up today.
Benjamight, you're awesome. Did I tell you you're
a godsend?
Awesome?
Benjamight, awesome. You're amazing. Thank you so much.
Because I was already plotting.
Yeah, I'm sorry for my blunder.
No, like, seriously, don't sweat it, Misai. Like, I really appreciate that you, like, on such short notice, you were willing to jump on this adventure with me. Come hell or high water, right?
Yes.
But I was even here thinking, okay, I finish at this time. I have to call somebody at after work hours. Then I'm gonna have dinner. Do I have time? Maybe we can try again and do another live stream where we can fix all the issues. Maybe I can put my webcam this time, and we can do not a commentary per se, but discuss, together the content that was presented. This is what was going through my mind, and I was scribbling down going, do I have time to do another live tonight? So Benjamight, you saved us. Thank you.
Thank you, Benjamight. Really. Oh, God. All right. So if anyone has a question pertaining to Temporis, like any doubts that you have, like something that needs to be clarified, please ask away. I feel like I did answer some questions like midstream.
Come on, hit me up, guys.
But I do feel that I missed a lot of the questions. Okay, someone's saying, I suggest you make your own presentation, Manaia, and not just a commentary on what they said. I guess it's insanely hard to multitask all that. Yeah. Benjamight.
Who was it that asked that question?
Atrum.
Oh, who? Atrum. Thank you very much. It is. Maybe other people would find it easier. Don't take me wrong. It's just for me. this is a challenge because I'm trying to think of the best sentence construction as well. So
Yeah.
I know it was not ideal, but it is. But you guys are worth it. I still want it to be.
I feel like the information you provided was basically the same that they provided.
Probably not as articulate as them. It's like, how do you say this word?
I think, yeah.
But, okay, I think it was what I will do. So thanks for the feedback, by the way. I really appreciate it. I'll share it with Logan and Jin later on once we all finish our lives, and I'm going to do a cross check with Leofar, who is the CM for the Portuguese Brazilian community, and Yankee, who is the community manager for the ES community. And kind of the pros and cons, what worked, what didn't work for this kind of content. Like, as we said back in December, our focus is more and more to kind of even the play field between all communities, everyone getting the same information. It's a bit like when I told you guys that I presented to the content creators, our English-speaking content creators, we all presented at the same time. Like, we wanted everybody to be treated equally, so with the lives we'll do the same. I'll talk to them to see maybe from now on, even perhaps in the evening time. This is all, by the way, I'm just sharing this out loud. It's not an official statement of Ankama. This is just me, Manaia, being an IOP and probably speaking too much. But I'll talk to them to see maybe doing presentations in English, a bit more paced, perhaps with not as much detail though. That's the downside. The downside of me doing a presentation, I'm not a game developer. So there are details or there's questions that you guys might have that I won't be able to answer.
I'm gonna... Benjamight asks, will we know the rarity of a monster during the fight, or will we not know until after we have captured it? So, like, do we know beforehand if a monster is rare, or only after we capture it?
I need to ask.
I don't think, I don't think we know because only after we enter the fight we get to see like what we're fighting. So I don't think we know. I don't think we know how rare it is before we catch it. At least that makes sense from what we've learned so far.
There is a way, but I'm asking the question. I think they talked about it during the live. When when you start the fight against a monster, you have that little blob that then transforms into the actual monster that you can capture. Yeah? There's a different animation per rarity. So the most common will have a basic animation, a rare, an epic, and then a legendary. They all have different.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay, next question. Will summon skill make the monsters automatic?
Summon skill.
I think they are asking if the monsters will play by themselves. No, you will control the monsters.
Do you mind repeating the part about the summon skill?
Will summon skill, like the spell summon skill, make the monsters automatic? Like, I feel they're asking if they will play by themselves.
No, yeah, do you mind, like, whoever wrote that question, do you mind clarifying that? Because I want to clarify one point right off the bat. You won't need to cast the summon skill set or whatever. Just in case that wasn't clear, I apologize. You will consume a croquette. That croquette will... Like, you don't have to consume it. There's still, like, base drops. You have 50% probability of dropping once you start the fight. The croquette will increase the probability, and it's for one turn. But you don't need to... As I said, you don't have an item to equip, and you don't need to cast a spell, like, soul capture or anything like that.
I feel like
Is that clearer?
I feel like the question was aiming for when you play with your monster. Like, you control your monster. The monster does not play on its own like a summon.
Oh no, you're right. You fully control your summon.
Yeah, I think that was what they were asking.
If it is what was asked, great, we've answered it. If not, by all means, if you could reiterate your question, we'd be more than happy to try and answer.
Okay, Atrom was asking. I was asking if the legendary Dofus bonuses go on the monsters too. They're in legendary items probably in the Dofus bonuses. They will affect. I feel like the equipment will affect the monsters.
The stats will affect.
Yeah, the stats.
But the actual effect of the legendary weapons or Dofuses, I don't think so, but let's ask. We never know.
Yeah, like I feel like they said that the stats will affect, but I don't know if like the other things will also affect the monsters. Yeah, I don't think that was clear. Oh, they're asking if we can set the summons. Okay, I think by summons they mean the monsters. Can we set the monsters to autoplay? Yeah, I don't think you can.
No, you have to play them yourself.
Yeah. Okay, Atrom again. Is it also confirmed that prospecting and challenges add to the monster drop rate? That's actually a good question. Like, will challenges increase the drop rate?
I'm typing, by the way. I'm asking questions of validation to get confirmation on details.
Okay, let me know if I can move on to another.
You can move on. I still didn't get an answer.
Are English slides gonna be posted on Twitter after the live? Probably on.
No.
Yeah, probably the forums. There will be like a.
There will be. I'll see what happens. To be completely transparent with you guys. There's been, when I presented it to our lovely, amazing content creators, it was still, a lot of the details weren't ironed out. Like the teams were still working, they were still debating some little details. I don't know if you noticed, there was some genuine moments of surprise from Misai, because even she didn't have those details.
Yeah, I didn't have everything. No, I was like surprised by some stuff. Yeah.
So every time that's updated, and the PowerPoint for this presentation was finished yesterday evening, if I'm not mistaken, which we immediately sent to the localization department to be translated in every language. Because above all, we want you guys to have good quality work, like clear, concise, good terminology. So that's why we don't do a live tweet today. Not even in French. Nobody's getting a live tweet, and we will share we're hoping to get the translation of those slides by Friday, as well as the summary that we will send to translation today. And it's going to be a very, very, very long forum post, news article, but the slides and the details that were explained along with the slides will be included.
Okay. Someone was thanking for the English info. Okay.
You're most welcome, our pleasure.
Next one. So what's the max per person for pets? Okay, I think for pets they mean monsters. So what's the max for person for monsters, and what's the max for team?
Okay, so let me see if I remember, because I don't have the slides. We had said there was 3 bullet points. We had said 2 per turn, 6 in deck, right? That was it. It was 2 per turn, 6 in deck, and if they die, you die.
Exactly.
Let me.
I feel like what Sikana is asking is that when you're in a team with, like, let's say 4 people, like, how many can you have out? I feel like the 2 per turn will still apply, but I feel like I understand this question because at some point when you have 4 people or more in a team, like playing the same fight, at some point you will have a ton of monsters.
It's still a concern. Like, don't take us wrong. We're still a little bit concerned of how long it's going to be. So, that's why the fights are limited to groups of 4. You can't have teams of 8 anymore. We're going to do teams of 4 because there's a lot of monsters.
Okay, so
I've asked the question.
Teams of 4. Okay.
It's teams of 4, and I've asked. I nearly spoke in French there. Sorry. I've asked the confirmation from the game design team. So, in a team of 4, how much is the max number of monsters that team can summon during, like, simultaneously, like, to have at once on the field?
Yeah, I feel like that would be like good information to have.
I think, like, this is not an official answer. I think it's 6 as well. But this is why I want to confirm with them.
Okay.
Because I think it's 6, so that there is a little bit more flexibility. And it means that not everybody can summon 2 monsters. But between 4 people, it's which are the ones that are more. No, it's 8.
Oh, 8.
It's 8, 2 per person.
Okay. So 2 per person. Okay. Someone was asking if we need plus summon gear. I don't think they are summons. I'm not sure if that would do anything. Like there's like a summon gear that allows you to have more summons at the same time during the fight. I feel like it won't matter since you can only summon 2 per turn and have only 6 in your deck. So I don't feel like summon gear would have any effect. They're like not really summons.
So your prospecting does not impact your probability of capturing a monster. It will impact your dropping equipment and resources and all that, but it will not have an impact on capturing monsters.
Oh, I see. So prospecting for equipment and resources, but not monsters.
Yeah.
So I assume challenges will work the same way.
I think I need to make it very clear about this, because apparently there's a lot of questions. I don't know about our chat.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm following as well our conversations, internally in a camera, secretive.
Okay,
And,
I feel like they are debating if they want to share this much information.
It's not that. No, don't take me wrong. It's more trying to. Okay, I'm bringing all of you behind the curtain, right? All of you are going to be in the know. Once we finish a live stream. Yeah, it's all hands on deck. Like you have CMs are on the go, gathering all the questions, trying to see is it clear, is it not clear. Our team will write the summary. We verify each other to make sure that while we're writing or redoing a sentence, we didn't miss a particular explanation. We rush to send to the localization department. At the same time, as you know, during live streams, sometimes we share stuff online during the live. So if I'm not mistaken, you have the frequently asked questions, you have the pre-registration news that also came out. There's a lot of information. So as soon as a live stream is over, it starts for us. Okay. Up until now is all preparation for the communication and assembling community feedback. What's the reaction? So now we're all like a beehive. We're all over the place grabbing all that we have. So that's why now trying to find the answers is a little bit tricky.
I think people are insisting about making the monsters automatic. They're not automatic. You have to play them. I feel like people are like want to know if they are like passive. I feel like they also are a bit caught up with the current spells for the classes. On this Temporis, you will not have your normal class spells.
No.
You will not have them because they keep asking if like you will have the resurrection ability or whatever for Osamodas. You will have the class, but you won't have the spells. No. You will have new spells, and these spells will only exist for you to use on your monsters. And you play your monsters, they are not automatic. I think we can say that with certainty.
It's a bit like your sidekicks, you know? When you equip a sidekick, you have to play it.
Exactly.
You can't put it on automatic. You cannot take a turn on its own. It has its own spells. It's the same concept as a sidekick.
Exactly. Your plus summons gear will not work. Also, do AP and MP pass on to the monsters?
From what I understood from Logan during the live stream, he said yes, but we will confirm that on the write-up.
Okay. Are the servers mono servers? Yes. All Temporis servers are mono servers. They always have been. For every edition.
You go, Miss Side.
Okay, let's see. Can each character have 2 max summons out at the same time? Or is it 2 summons per turn? I feel like there's a max of 8. But if you... I feel like from what Manaia said, you can summon 2 per turn. But depending on the number of players that you have for that fight, it's a max of 8 summons. It's monsters. Benedetto's saying Jin said 6 per team group. I feel like 6 is the number of monsters that you can have in your deck. So when before you start a fight, you have 6 monsters that you can choose from when you play.
I'm actually asking a question to see, okay, if it's 2 on a team of 4, it's a max of 2 per character. In a group of 2, is it a max of 4 or is it capped at 6? So I think we probably will have to clarify this detail.
I feel like this needs a lot of
summary.
Yeah, a lot of clarification, because I'm myself I'm confused. I feel like this is a really valid question about the number of monsters that you can have at the same time when you play with different people or when you play by yourself. I feel like this is a really pertinent question. I hope they answer it clearly. Can I become a content creator strictly for Temporis? Atrom, no one is like you. If you want to stream Dofus, you can stream Dofus.
You can stream.
Atrom, go right ahead. Start
Please
streaming.
Do.
Start streaming Dofus.
Please do.
Nobody's stopping you. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'd be more than happy to see more people streaming content. No problem. But you don't need our permission.
Yeah.
If you're passionate and you want to stream you playing a game and you want to do it for Dofus, that's brilliant.
Yeah, go ahead.
But you do not need our permission. Okay, so no matter the number of players in a group, there's always a maximum of 2 mobsters.
Okay,
I think we're going to revisit this detail and we're going to make it super clear, black on white for Friday. By the way, I say Friday, this is what we're aiming for. Depending on the amount of detail that we'll write on the summary, we really want it to be published on Friday, so you guys have the weekend to mull it over, discuss it, ask questions or clarification for next week. But if there's any delays with the publication of the write-up summary in English with the slides, the translated slides, I will let everyone know. I will put a forum top announcement on our English-speaking forum, and I will do a tweet as well. Okay? We're aiming for Friday, but if there's a delay, you'll be told.
Ankama just finished their stream, and now we're still here.
Are you trying to kick me out of your stream?
No, I'm not trying. I'm not trying to kick you out. I'm just telling you, if you're like busy with like you have like time constraints, let me know.
Well, I don't know. Like, do you guys want us to stop here? Do you want us to chat a
I
little bit
feel
more?
like
Maybe
the
for 10?
question I feel like the questions that people are asking are things that were answered before.
Okay.
For example, like, is the XP the same as on normal servers?
The XP formula
Yeah,
is the same.
it's the same. Like, what is the compensation we are getting for no idols, extra XP loot, and we also yeah.
Okay, to answer that question again, because maybe some people joined us a bit later.
Yes, yeah,
and maybe
or they just skipped over. I don't know.
So basically, for the lack of bonus for XP and drops on idols, because we're deactivating the bonus aspect of idols for Temporis, the compensation comes in the form of this new Almanacs type daily quest that you will need to complete a daily quest every day of Temporis to get a bonus, and it's like cyclic. So there'll be a variety. We won't give the details yet. It's on purpose. We want you guys to discover them and to talk as a community together. There's some days you need to be very attentive. Let's just say that. And that is going to bring you a bonus in terms of, like, it will boost the pace of your adventure. It will offer you a little bit of boost, and there'll be some pleasant, like, little surprises and goodies. But again, I need to make it very clear. It is not an obligation. This is optional. And by this, I mean, if you don't do it or if you miss a couple of days, it's not punishing, like, you know, the actual almanacs. If you don't do the offering, you don't get that calendar page for that day. You can still get the bonus, but for the actual Dominax Dofus, you don't get that page. Here, it's optional. You just don't get the bonus if you don't do the quest. That's it. But when you look at your progression, you know, your Temporis progression page, it's not linked to this bonus. So you're not penalized if you don't do it.
Someone asking, so you die if your monster dies? Yes. If your monster dies, you die. If you die, the fight is also over. Almanacs will be Temporis specific. That might help, but not enough details. Yeah, okay, yeah, someone answered. Oh, so what is the point of Osamoda's passive, which allows you to resurrect monsters? Oh, so Osamoda's has a passive that resurrects monsters? I'm sorry, I'm not aware of the passives for the classes because I haven't seen them yet. I haven't picked my class yet. And I'm not sure if you know, Manaia, like
It's their starting spell. It's a spiritual leash. It's their starting spell where they can revive their monsters. It's, if I'm not mistaken, it's at the start of the Osamosa's turn. The most recently killed monster is revived. On the... I think it's revived right next to him or the closest available cell. But like we said, each class, we kept the essence of the classes alive for this Temporis. So Spiritual Leash is kind of an emblematic spell for Osamodas. And remember when I said at the beginning, we're trying to...
Okay, so Osamodas will be able to resurrect. So I thought that, like, I was mistaken. I guess I was mistaken. I didn't know the passive for Osamodas was the ability to resurrect.
Yeah, it will resurrect the last monster that was killed.
Yeah, because I don't know any of the passives for the classes.
Like, the slides were showed very quickly, just two, which was, but it was like very quickly.
Yeah, very quickly. I guess
you can see the information about them. Can you guys confirm on the pre-registration page? You should be able to see all the different passive spells of the classes for you to choose which class you want to play.
Okay. Can we attack with weapons?
No.
Nope.
Easy question.
No, you can't. It would be so OP. will there be any other spells for the classes? Because it says starting spells for the registration. I feel like those will be...
So you can read them. Okay, cool.
So, like, those will be the only spells that our characters will have?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was it. That's it.
Because you're supportive, like your character will play support. He's not the damage dealer at all.
Yeah.
He can't even swing his weapon.
Okay, someone is
There's
asking.
been a Google Doc shared with all the classes in French. Yeah, it's okay. And you guys are going to create one in English, right?
What is the plan for preventing that every fight in a team of 8 will take an hour?
There won't be teams of 8. It will only be, there will be a cap. So the maximum you can have is teams of 4. Because we don't want 3-hour-long fights in Astrub either.
Okay, so they're still about the Osamodus passive. The Osamodus passive is a resurrection on this Temporis. People want to know, if your summon dies, does the Osa passive kick in and give you a second chance, so to speak? Oh, I understand what they mean, because if your monster dies, you die. So let's see, if you only have one monster, the monster dies, does the passive automatically resurrects the monster? I think that's what they're asking.
Okay, so you're asking if the passive is taken in consideration before the recognition that your last monster died. And then not to end the combat, basically.
I feel like that's what they're asking. I have no idea how to answer that.
I think, I do think that the spell will kick in first, but I will confirm with them. Let's summon a game designer. In the meanwhile, you can ask the next question while I type this up.
Someone answered. It says on the page, last summon to die is resurrected with minus 30 resistance and 50% HP once per fight. Okay, so it's the last summon to die.
Yeah.
Okay, so it does explain on the page like what the passive does.